Krista Burdine is going to be talking to us about bridge building in open source communities. Krista, your mic is right there, unless you want this moving mic. You can have the moving mic and stand in the middle, but your time starts now.
Hi, my name is Krista, and I'm super excited to be here today. I can't see any of you, but I already know that this is the community that I would like to be speaking in front of. Y'all are great. I've had such a great time here already. I am the community manager for the Rocky Enterprise Software Foundation. Our flagship project is Rocky Linux, which is an open source, enterprise-grade Linux operating system. My primary role is to drive engagement and to grow the Rocky Linux user community. And I don't know about you, but at first glance, it seems like how can you engage with a piece of software? Seems a little cold. So as I got to know the community, I looked around for ways that I could engage with it so that I could help other people engage with it. And the two words I kept seeing as I looked around in our materials were accessibility and inclusion. And I thought, I don't care the context. I can engage with something that wants to talk about accessibility and inclusion. So that's how I have chosen to build the bridge, by being the community manager in the way that I've been privileged to do it in the way that I see fit. And the way I've chosen to do it is by focusing on these two words. So for accessibility, first of all, I mean at least two things. First of all, it's free. The software is free. The license to use it how you want is free. And the community, to be involved in the community, is free. I thought that was pretty cool. But second of all, what I think should be included in that is that it should have physical access encoded into it. So that would be making all of the documentation, all the materials available to people who are accessing it with disabilities or with different filters than what I have. And this is a work in process that I'm trying to implement across the entire project. For inclusion, I mean at least two things as well. First of all, it should be new user-friendly. Anyone should be able to get involved in the community, whether or not they are coders or developers or whatever. I love that I've heard this here. People are discussing this in all the different Write the Docs communities. It's beautiful. I also mean, additionally to what was originally stated there with being new user-friendly, I hear that language a lot around the project. I also think it should mean that we are multi-demographic friendly. Open source really is for everyone. I want the language and engagement across the project. I want our choices to reflect a genuine interest in and a welcoming space for everyone. Again, this is still a work in process, but I believe that it happens in at least two ways. First, by taking this conversation into new communities that maybe hadn't been talking about Rocky Linux before. That would include things like Women Who Code, or Black in Tech, or Write the Docs. This is the most beautiful community. I know not everybody here are coders, and we don't care because we know that we are the bridge builders, aren't we? I love that I have found a community of technical writers, and you all even understand what the word open source and documentation repo means. So this is great. I'm here with my people. And the second way is by encoding into our written content intentional language that includes everyone. Documentation is a huge piece of that content. On writing day, we had a project that was part of our current initiative to review the entire current documentation tree for grammatical accuracy, as well as gendered and racial and other outdated language. And we really appreciate the contributions that were made here on Sunday. Other forms of content that our project includes are the social media presence, as well as the announcements and new release information and long-form content. My goal is to keep these two principles of accessibility and inclusion at the forefront of my mind when curating all of this information across the project. I, as a community manager, and Rocky Linux as a 2-year-old company are still a work in process. and there's plenty of room for us to learn more. And I will be leading a discussion, or listening, really, at an unconference session at 2 p.m. on bridge building, and I would love to have any input, things I missed, and what do I need to know. Thank you all.
Right on time.